Demons have played a significant and terrifying role in religious texts throughout history, especially in Christianity. Their origins and actions are deeply embedded in biblical lore, and their presence in the scriptures reveals much about the ongoing battle between good and evil. The Bible teaches that demons are not just mischievous spirits, they are powerful and malevolent beings who serve as instruments of Satan, seeking to deceive, tempt, and destroy the works of God. Here we explore the top 5 demons in the Bible, examining their detailed origins, their influence on both individuals and entire communities, and their ultimate fate as depicted in Scripture. 1. Satan, Lucifer. Origin and fall from grace. Satan, originally named Lucifer, is the most prominent demon in the Bible and one of the most well-known figures in Christian theology. According to Isaiah 14:12-15, Lucifer was a beautiful and powerful archangel created by God, perfect in every way. He was the morning star, a symbol of light and brilliance. However, Lucifer's pride led him to believe that he could rise above God, and he sought to dethrone God and take his place. This act of rebellion caused his downfall, as God cast Lucifer out of heaven, along with a third of the angels who followed him. Isaiah 14:12-15 describes the fall of Lucifer. "How you are fallen from heaven, O day star, son of dawn! How you are cut down to the ground, you who laid the nations low! You said in your heart, I will ascend to heaven. Above the stars of God, I will set my throne on high." This passage reveals Lucifer's desire to ascend to the heavens and be like God. His pride became the source of his undoing, and he was cast down to earth as a result. In Revelation 12:7-9, this rebellion is described in more detail, depicting a war in heaven between Lucifer, now Satan, and Michael, the archangel, along with his faithful angels. Satan and his followers were defeated, and they were hurled down to earth, where they would continue their work of spreading evil. Role and powers. Satan is the embodiment of evil and the leader of all demons. His role in the Bible is that of the adversary, the one who opposes God's plans for creation. Satan is often referred to as the accuser of humanity, constantly seeking to destroy the relationship between people and God. In Matthew 4:1-11, Satan tempts Jesus in the wilderness, offering him all the kingdoms of the world if he would bow down and worship him. This moment highlights Satan's deceptive nature, offering temporary power at the cost of eternal truth. Satan is also the one who incites sin and temptation in the hearts of individuals. He is the tempter, constantly looking for opportunities to lead people into sinful behavior and away from God. In 1 Peter 5:8, Satan is described as a roaring lion, seeking to devour anyone he can. His goal is to lead as many people as possible to destruction, which he attempts by twisting the truth, sowing division, and encouraging rebellion against God's commandments. Despite his power, the Bible makes it clear that Satan's influence is limited. Job 1:6-12 shows Satan appearing before God to accuse Job, seeking permission to test his faith. This passage reveals that Satan can only operate within the bounds that God allows. Ultimately, Satan's actions are part of God's greater plan, and his defeat is assured in Revelation 20:10, where he is cast into the lake of fire for eternity. The final defeat. Satan's ultimate defeat is prophesied in the book of Revelation. In Revelation 20:10, it is foretold that Satan will be thrown into the lake of fire and brimstone, where he will be tormented forever. This final defeat marks the end of his reign of terror and the complete triumph of God over all evil. 2. Beelzebub origin and name. Beelzebub, often called the Lord of the Flies, is one of the principal demons mentioned in the Bible. The name Beelzebub is derived from 2 Kings 1:2-3, where the Philistines worshipped a god by this name. The Philistine god was believed to have the power to control flies and pestilence. which later became associated with Beelzebub in Christian tradition. In Matthew 12:24, Beelzebub is referred to as the prince of demons. The Pharisees accused Jesus of casting out demons by the power of Beelzebub, suggesting that Jesus is in league with Satan. This connection further emphasizes Beelzebub's power over the forces of darkness. Role and powers. Beelzebub is traditionally viewed as a demon of corruption and filth, embodying the forces of destruction and decay. His title as Lord of the Flies reflects his association with death, decay, and the spread of disease. Flies are often seen as creatures that thrive in rotting conditions, making them a fitting symbol for Beelzebub's influence.
Beelzebub's power is seen in his ability to control and spread moral corruption, particularly in leading people towards sin and indulgence. In Mark 3:22, Beelzebub is mentioned in connection with false accusations and division. His power is not only spiritual, but also psychological, as he can cause confusion, deceit, and rebellion within human hearts. Beelzebub's influence in the Bible shows how demons work, not only to corrupt individual souls, but also to lead societies and communities into sin. His role is one of destruction. He seeks to break down moral integrity and lead people away from righteousness. 3. Asmodeus' origin and role in the Bible. Asmodeus is a demon of lust and destruction, appearing in the book of Tobit. His role in this text is significant. Asmodeus is the demon who kills the 7 husbands of Sarah, preventing her from finding peace and love. His actions make Sarah's life miserable, causing her to despair and fall into deep sorrow. In Tobit 6:14-17, the demon is cast out by Tobias with the help of the angel Raphael. This marks the moment of Asmodeus' defeat and shows that even the most powerful demons can be overcome with divine assistance. Description and powers. Asmodeus is associated with sexual sin and the corruption of marriage. He is known for causing great turmoil in relationships, leading individuals into temptation and moral failure. His demonic influence is particularly dangerous because it targets one of the most sacred institutions of humanity: marriage. In Tobit 3:8, Asmodeus is directly identified as the spirit who causes destruction in the lives of those who seek love and companionship. His power lies in his ability to sow discord and perversion in human relationships, causing them to fall apart through temptation and sin. Theological importance. Asmodeus is often seen as a symbol of the dangers of unchecked desires and lust. His defeat in the book of Tobit serves as a reminder that even the most insidious and destructive forces can be overcome with faith and divine intervention. 4th Legion, Demons of One Being, origin and role in the Bible. The story of Legion is found in Mark 5:1-20, where a man is possessed by a large number of demons. The demons identify themselves as Legion because we are many. This symbolizes the overwhelming power of the demonic forces controlling the man. Jesus casts the demons out, sending them into a herd of pigs, which then run off a cliff into the sea. Description and powers. Legion is not a single demon, but a collective of many demonic spirits inhabiting one human body. The power of Legion demonstrates the extent to which demons can possess and control a person's mind and body. The man possessed by Legion was so completely overtaken by these spirits that he was uncontrollable and lived among the tombs, crying out and harming himself. The story illustrates the devastating effects of demonic possession, where multiple evil spirits take complete control of a person. Jesus' act of casting out the demons demonstrates his authority over all spiritual forces, showing that no matter how overwhelming the demonic presence, Jesus can bring restoration and healing. Significance. Legion represents the collective power of evil spirits working together to overpower a human soul. It highlights the destructive nature of sin and the forces of darkness that seek to dominate and control individuals. Yet it also serves as a testament to Christ's power, as he is able to cast out even the most powerful forces of evil. 5. The demon of divination, spirit of Python. Origin and role in the Bible. The spirit of Python is mentioned in Acts 16:16-18, where a slave girl possessed by this demon has the ability to predict the future. Her powers are exploited by her masters, who make money from her fortune-telling abilities. However, when she begins to follow Paul and his companions, proclaiming their message, Paul becomes annoyed and casts the demon out of her. Description and powers. The spirit of Python is a demon associated with fortune-telling and divination. This demon gives its host the ability to foretell events and gain supernatural knowledge, but it is a false and deceptive power. The demon's influence corrupts people, leading them to seek after knowledge from supernatural sources rather than from God. In Acts 16:16-18, the slave girl's behavior demonstrates how the spirit of Python controls its victims, compelling them to serve the interests of others. The demon of divination represents the dangers of seeking knowledge and power outside of God's will.
Conclusion. These 5 demons, Satan, Beelzebub, Asmodeus, Legion, and the spirit of Python, serve as powerful symbols of evil in the Bible. They represent the many ways that evil seeks to invade and destroy humanity, whether through temptation, sin, possession, or deceit. However, the Bible also teaches that through faith in Jesus Christ, believers can overcome these forces, and that ultimate victory over evil is assured in the final judgment. Demons may have power, but they are no match for the power of God, who has already secured victory over them.